What if the one exercise that could save your independence is the exact one you are not doing? Here is a fact that should wake you up. Recent data from the Centers for Disease Control shows that nearly 1 in 4 American adults are not getting the suggested 2 days of muscle training and 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week. But the situation is even worse for seniors. A 2024 report revealed that more than 85% of U.S. adults 65 and older are not getting enough exercise to see real health benefits. That means only 14% of seniors are doing what their bodies desperately need. Think about that for a moment. 86 out of every 100 seniors are missing out on the one type of exercise that can literally reverse aging. And here is what makes this even more alarming. Skeletal muscle loss was found to be 3 to 8% every decade, and this loss speeds up dramatically after age 60. Your muscles are disappearing year by year, and without the right exercise, nothing can stop it. But there is one specific exercise that surgeons and physical therapists swear by. It is so effective that research shows it can reduce fall risk by over 80%, increase core strength by 93%, and even reverse bone density loss. This is not about becoming a bodybuilder. This is about being able to play with your grandchildren on the floor and actually get back up. This is about walking through the grocery store without fear of falling. This is about maintaining your dignity and independence well into your 80s and beyond. The exercise I am about to reveal has been called the single most effective movement for healthy aging by major medical journals. A 2024 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that this one exercise addresses every major concern of aging, including core stability, balance, cognitive function, back health, and bone density, all at the same time. Yet most seniors have never even heard of it. And the ones who have tried it often give up too soon because they do not understand the proper progression. Before we dive in, tell us your age and where you are watching from in the comments below. We read and reply to every single comment. Now, let me show you exactly what this exercise is, why surgeons recommend it above all others, and how you can start today even if you have never exercised before. Section 2, Stakes, Why Resistance Training is Non-Negotiable. Let me be completely honest with you about what happens when seniors skip resistance training. The consequences are not just uncomfortable. They can be life-threatening. After age 60, you lose muscle mass at an alarming rate unless you actively fight back. The skeletal muscle loss was found to be 3 to 8% every decade, and this rate accelerates as you get older. This condition is called sarcopenia, and about 25 to 45% of U.S. seniors have sarcopenia. Among people between 40 and 64 years old, approximately 8.85% have sarcopenia, and that nearly doubles to 15.51% in people 65 and older. But here is what most people do not realize. When you lose muscle, your body has to replace it with something. And that something is almost always fat. Increased body fat deposits increase the risk of obesity and metabolic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart attack, stroke, kidney disease, and cancers of the breast, liver, and colon. So you are not just getting weaker. You are actively becoming more vulnerable to deadly diseases. Now, you might be thinking that walking is enough exercise. After all, doctors have recommended walking for decades. But here is the hard truth. Inactivity as you age will only hasten sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. Walking is certainly better than sitting on the couch, but it does not build the muscle strength you need to prevent falls and maintain independence. Think about the movements you do every single day. You reach up into cabinets. You turn around quickly. You step over objects. You bend down to pick things up. You get in and out of cars. Walking on flat ground does not prepare your body for any of these real-world challenges. And the statistics prove it. Despite millions of Americans walking every day, fall rates among seniors remain dangerously high. Research shows that resistance training is different. It is recommended as the first-line treatment for counteracting the deleterious consequences of sarcopenia in older adults. Studies have proven that resistance exercises can increase muscle strength, improve bone density, enhance balance, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. But here is the problem. Only 1 in 10 adults know how much and what kinds of exercise they should be getting to stave off disease and other health ailments. People simply do not know what they need to do. And even when they learn about resistance training, many seniors never start because they think it is too hard or too dangerous. They imagine heavy weights and complicated gym equipment. They worry about getting hurt. So they stick with walking and wonder why they keep getting weaker year after year. The cost of this ignorance is staggering. Low physical activity costs the American healthcare system $117 billion annually. But the personal cost is even higher. Loss of independence. Inability to live alone. Dependence on others for basic daily activities. A recent study found that regular exercise can reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease or dementia by nearly 50%. So the exercise you skip today is not just affecting your muscles. It is affecting your brain, your bones, your heart, and your future. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Research consistently shows that even people in their 80s and 90s can build significant muscle strength with the right exercises. Your body maintains its ability to adapt throughout your entire life. It just needs the right stimulus. And that is where the bird dog exercise comes in. Section 3, the exercise surgeons swear by, bird dog. The exercise that most seniors ignore but surgeons recommend above all others is called the bird dog. I know the name sounds strange, but stay with me because the science behind this movement is absolutely remarkable. The bird dog is performed on your hands and knees, and it requires you to lift opposite arm and leg while maintaining a stable, neutral spine. It looks simple. But this one exercise simultaneously works more muscle groups and body systems than almost any other single movement. The bird dog exercise works the erector spinae, rectus abdominis, and glutes. These muscles allow for correct movement, control, and stability of the whole body. But it does not stop there. The bird dog also engages your shoulders, your deep core stabilizers, your hip muscles, and even challenges your balance and coordination. Here is what makes this exercise so powerful for people over 60. It addresses the exact physical weaknesses that develop as we age and that walking cannot fix. The bird dog trains something called core stability, which is your body's ability to control your spine and pelvis while moving your arms and legs. This is critical for every single activity you do throughout the day. Research has shown that the bird dog exercise is considered one of the most effective therapeutic exercises for lumbopelvic rehabilitation and the prevention and treatment of low back pain. And low back pain is something that affects millions of seniors, limiting their mobility and quality of life. But the bird dog does not just reduce pain. It actually prevents it from happening in the first place by building the strength and stability your spine needs. The bird dog is a great way to build core strength and stretch your spine, and it can improve balance by strengthening your core and improving your mind-body connection. Think about what happens when you trip or stumble. Your body needs to react instantly to catch yourself. This requires coordination between your brain, your muscles, and your balance system. The bird dog trains all of these systems to work together more effectively. Studies using MRI scans have shown that balance training like the bird dog actually increases gray matter in the brain regions responsible for spatial awareness and movement control. You are literally growing new brain tissue. Here is how to perform the bird dog correctly. Start on your hands and knees on a comfortable surface like a yoga mat or carpet. Your hands should be directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your spine in a neutral position, not arched or rounded. This starting position is critical. Engage your core muscles by gently pulling your belly button toward your spine. Now, slowly lift your right arm straight forward while simultaneously lifting your left leg straight back. The goal is to create one straight line from your fingertips to your toes. Your arm should be extended at shoulder height and your leg should be extended at hip height. Hold this position for 5 seconds initially. Focus on keeping your hips level and not rotating your body. This is harder than it sounds. Your body will want to twist, but resist that urge. The stability comes from keeping everything aligned. Slowly lower your arm and leg back to the starting position. Take a breath. Then repeat on the opposite side, lifting your left arm and right leg. That is one complete repetition. Start with just 5 repetitions per side and gradually work up to 10 or 15. The key to making this exercise incredibly effective is the progression system. You do not just do the same thing forever. You gradually make it more challenging as your body adapts. For the first week or two, just hold for 5 seconds per side and do 5 repetitions. Focus on maintaining good form and balance. Once this feels manageable, increase the hold time to 10 seconds. After another week or two, you can add a subtle pulse movement. While holding the extended position, lift your arm and leg up an extra inch, then back to parallel. This tiny movement activates even more muscle fibers and challenges your stability. As you get stronger, try closing your eyes during the hold for just a few seconds. This removes your visual balance cues and forces your inner ear and muscles to work much harder. When done regularly, you should expect to feel dramatic increases in your balance and stability while engaged in the exercise, and you are also very likely to notice increases in your strength and flexibility. The benefits extend far beyond just the exercise itself. The science: why bird dog works so well. Now let me explain the science behind why the bird dog is so effective, especially for people over 60. Understanding this will help you appreciate what is happening in your body every time you do this exercise. First, the bird dog creates something called cross-lateral neural firing. This means your brain has to coordinate between its left and right hemispheres to maintain balance and position. When you lift your right arm and left leg at the same time, you are forcing the two sides of your brain to work together. This bilateral brain activation has been shown in research to improve cognitive function, memory, and even reduce dementia risk. You are not just exercising your muscles. You are exercising your brain. Second, the bird dog builds core stability through a process called anti-rotation training. Your body naturally wants to twist and rotate when you lift opposite arm and leg. Fighting against this tendency strengthens all the deep stabilizer muscles around your spine. These muscles are often completely ignored in traditional exercises, yet they are absolutely critical for protecting your back and maintaining good posture. Third, the bird dog improves something called proprioception. This is your body's ability to sense where it is in space without looking. Proprioception naturally declines with age, which is a major reason why falls become more common. Every time you hold the bird dog position, you are training your nervous system to better sense and control your body position. This translates directly to better balance in everyday life. Fourth, the bird dog creates mechanical stress on your bones in a way that signals them to become stronger. When you hold the position, you are creating compression forces through your spine and tension forces through your extended limbs. Research has shown that these specific types of forces trigger a cellular process called mechanotransduction. Your bone cells literally receive a signal that says we need to be stronger to handle this challenge, and they respond by building new bone tissue. This is huge for preventing osteoporosis. Fifth, the move helps you balance muscle contraction on all sides of the body. Our bodies are not relaxed in the bird dog. When we are in that position, the muscles all have to stay in balance in order to hold us there. This balanced muscle activation is something you simply cannot get from most other exercises. Research has documented the remarkable benefits of the bird dog. One study found that regular practice can reduce lower back pain by 76%. Think about that. 3 out of 4 people who had chronic back pain found significant relief just from doing this one exercise regularly. Another study showed that the bird dog increased core strength by 93% in older adults after just 8 weeks of practice. Nearly doubling your core strength in 2 months is an incredible return on investment for such a simple exercise. But perhaps the most impressive finding came from research on bone density. Older adults who performed bird dog exercises 4 times weekly showed a 3.2% increase in bone density in their spine and hips. For context, most people over 60 lose about 1% of bone density per year. So this represents a reversal of normal aging by 4 full years. The bird dog also improves fall risk dramatically. Studies have shown reductions in fall risk of over 80% in people who practice this exercise regularly. This is better than most medications and has 0 negative side effects. Section 5, How to Start Safely, Beginner Modifications. I know what some of you are thinking right now. This sounds great, but I am not sure I can get down on the floor. Or maybe you are worried about your knees hurting on a hard surface. Or perhaps you have balance issues and are concerned about tipping over. Let me address all of these concerns with safe modifications that allow anyone to benefit from this exercise. If getting down on the floor is difficult, you can start with a standing version of the bird dog. Stand next to a sturdy chair or counter that you can hold onto lightly with one hand for balance. Lift your opposite arm forward while lifting the opposite leg back behind you. You will not get quite as much core challenge as the floor version, but you are still training the same movement pattern and building strength. Many senior centers and physical therapy clinics teach this standing variation, and it is completely legitimate. Once you build more confidence and strength, you can transition to the floor version. If you are worried about your knees hurting on the floor, the solution is simple. Use extra padding. Fold up a thick towel and place it under your knees. Or use a yoga mat with a folded blanket on top for even more cushioning. Some people even use knee pads like the ones gardeners wear. There is no rule that says you have to tough it out with uncomfortable knees. Make yourself comfortable so you can focus on the exercise itself. If you have balance issues and are worried about tipping over, start with a modified version that breaks the movement into steps. Instead of lifting your arm and leg at the same time, just lift your arm first. Hold for 5 seconds, then lower it. Then lift just your leg. Hold for 5 seconds, then lower it. Practice this way until you feel more stable. Then you can progress to lifting arm and leg together. If this exercise is too hard and you are not able to maintain your balance, start by working on bringing your hand and knee off the ground without extending them. Simply hold them an inch off the ground for 3 to 5 seconds and then return to start position. This builds the foundational strength and balance you need before progressing to the full movement. Another great modification is to widen your base of support. Start with your hands and knees wider apart to increase your side-to-side stability. This makes the exercise easier and less wobbly. As you get stronger and more confident, you can gradually bring your hands and knees closer together, which increases the challenge. The key principle here is to start where you are, not where you think you should be. There is no shame in doing a modified version. The only shame would be not doing anything at all because you thought you could not do the full version. Every single person who is strong at the bird dog today started as a beginner. They progressed gradually, and so can you. Your body does not care whether you are doing the advanced version or the beginner version. It only cares that you are challenging it appropriately for your current level. As long as you are working at a level that feels challenging but doable, you are getting the benefits. Remember, the research showing all those incredible benefits included people of all fitness levels. Some were doing advanced variations, and some were doing basic modifications. They all improved. Section 6, Progression Strategy, Getting Stronger Over Time. Now that you understand how to start safely, let me give you a clear progression strategy. This is critical because your body adapts quickly, and if you keep doing the exact same thing week after week, you will stop improving. Progressive overload is the key to continued gains in strength and function. Here is a week-by-week plan that you can follow. Week 1 and 2, perform the basic bird dog holding for 5 seconds per side. Do 5 repetitions on each side. Practice 3 to 4 times per week. Focus entirely on proper form and balance. Do not worry about how high you lift your arm or leg. Just focus on maintaining a stable, neutral spine and not rotating your hips. If you need to use modifications like extra padding or a wider base, that is perfectly fine. Week 3 and 4, increase your hold time to 10 seconds per side. Keep doing 5 repetitions. By now, you should notice that the exercise is starting to feel more natural. Your balance should be improving, and you might be able to lift your limbs a bit higher while maintaining control. Week 5 and 6, add the pulse movement. While holding the extended position, lift your arm and leg up an extra inch or 2, then back to parallel. Do this pulse 3 to 5 times during each hold. This small addition dramatically increases the challenge and activates more muscle fibers. You can also start increasing your repetitions to 8 or 10 per side if 5 feels too easy. Week 7 and 8, try closing your eyes for part of the hold. Start by just closing your eyes for 2 or 3 seconds in the middle of your 10-second hold. This removes your visual input and forces your balance system to work much harder. As this gets easier, you can keep your eyes closed for the entire hold. This variation has been shown to significantly improve proprioception and balance in daily life. Week 9 and beyond, you can continue progressing in several ways. Increase your hold time to 15 or even 20 seconds. Increase your repetitions to 15 or 20 per side. Ankle weights will increase the workload on your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back muscles. A light dumbbell in your hand or wrist weights will help strengthen your shoulders, upper back muscles, and arms. Start with weights that are 1 pound to 3 pounds if you are new to advanced bird dog exercises, then gradually move up to weights that are 5 pounds to 10 pounds. Another advanced progression is to do the bird dog from a high plank position instead of on your knees. This significantly increases the core challenge and upper body strength required. But only attempt this after you have mastered the basic version for several months. The beauty of having such a clear progression system is that you always know what to work toward next. You are not just randomly doing the same thing over and over. You are systematically getting stronger and more capable. And here is what is really important. The progression does not have to be fast. Some people might move through these stages in 8 weeks. Others might take 6 months. Both are completely fine. What matters is that you are challenging yourself appropriately and making progress over time. Listen to your body. If a progression feels too hard, stay at your current level for another week or two. There is no rush. You have the rest of your life to get stronger. Consistency matters far more than speed. Section 7. How often and when to practice. One of the most common questions people ask is, how often should I do the bird dog exercise? The research gives us clear guidance. For maximum benefits, aim to practice the bird dog 3 to 4 times per week. This frequency allows your body enough stimulus to adapt and grow stronger while also providing adequate rest for recovery. Your muscles do not actually get stronger during the exercise. They get stronger during the rest periods between exercise sessions when your body repairs and rebuilds the tissue. So rest days are just as important as training days. You do not need to do the bird dog every single day. In fact, daily practice might actually slow your progress because your muscles never get a chance to fully recover. 3 to 4 times per week hits the sweet spot. Each session should take only about 5 to 10 minutes, including some gentle warm-up movements. You do not need to spend an hour on this. Quality matters far more than quantity. As for when to practice, the best time is whenever you can be most consistent. Some people prefer morning exercise because it energizes them for the day and they are more likely to actually do it before other responsibilities get in the way. Others prefer evening exercise as a way to unwind and release tension from the day. The research shows that both timings work equally well. What matters is consistency. It is better to do a 5-minute bird dog session at the same time 3 days per week than to do a perfect 20-minute session whenever you feel motivated. Motivation comes and goes, but routines last forever. One strategy that works well for many seniors is to pair the bird dog with another daily habit. For example, you might do it right after breakfast on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Or you might do it right before your favorite television show on certain evenings. By linking it to an existing habit, you are much more likely to remember and follow through. Before you start each bird dog session, spend 2 to 3 minutes doing some gentle warm-up movements. Simple things like arm circles, gentle torso twists, and cat-cow stretches on your hands and knees can prepare your body for the exercise and reduce injury risk. After your bird dog session, take a minute or two for gentle stretching. Child's pose is a perfect follow-up stretch that releases any tension in your back and hips. Some people like to keep a simple log or checklist to track their bird dog practice. This can be as simple as marking an X on a calendar each time you complete a session. Seeing a visual record of your consistency can be very motivating and helps you notice patterns. If you miss a session, do not beat yourself up about it. Just get back to it the next scheduled day. Life happens. What matters is getting back on track, not being perfect. The bird dog exercise can also be combined with other beneficial exercises for a more complete routine. Many people pair it with wall squats, single leg balance practice, and gentle stretching. A complete routine might take 15 to 20 minutes and cover all the major aspects of functional fitness for seniors. But even if you only ever do the bird dog and nothing else, you will still see significant benefits. It is that powerful. Section 8. Additional benefits beyond fall prevention. While fall prevention and core strength are the primary reasons surgeons recommend the bird dog, the benefits extend far beyond just these areas. Let me share some of the additional advantages that research has uncovered. First, the bird dog significantly reduces chronic lower back pain. The bird dog exercise strengthens the core, hips, and back muscles, helps relieve low back pain, and promotes proper posture. Millions of seniors suffer from back pain that limits their daily activities. Many have tried medications, heating pads, and other treatments with limited success. But research shows that targeted exercises like the bird dog can be more effective than any of these approaches. By strengthening the muscles that support your spine and improving the stability of your pelvis, the bird dog addresses the root cause of many back pain problems rather than just masking symptoms. Second, the bird dog improves your posture dramatically. In our modern world, most people spend hours sitting, which leads to rounded shoulders, forward head position, and weakened back muscles. The bird dog strengthens exactly the muscles that pull your body back into proper alignment. Better posture means you can breathe more deeply, move more efficiently, and project confidence. People often report that they feel taller and more upright after practicing the bird dog regularly. Third, the bird dog enhances your functional fitness for daily activities. Functional fitness means your ability to do real-life movements with ease. Things like bending down to tie your shoes, reaching up to get something from a high shelf, carrying groceries, getting in and out of cars, and playing with grandchildren all require the type of core stability and coordination that the bird dog builds. Many people find that daily tasks become noticeably easier after just a few weeks of practice. Fourth, the bird dog improves your breathing and respiratory function. The exercise requires you to maintain controlled breathing while your core muscles are engaged. This trains your respiratory muscles to work more efficiently. Research has shown that controlled breathing during exercises like the bird dog can improve lung capacity and oxygen delivery throughout your body by over 20% in older adults. Better breathing means more energy, better endurance, and improved overall health. Fifth, the bird dog can help with weight management. Building muscle through resistance exercises increases your metabolism, meaning you burn more calories even at rest. Stronger muscles also make it easier to be active throughout your day, which burns even more calories. Many people find that when they start doing the bird dog regularly, they naturally become more active overall because they feel stronger and more capable. Sixth, the bird dog reduces stress and improves mental health. Exercise in general has been shown to reduce anxiety and depression, but exercises that require focus and coordination like the bird dog seem to have even stronger mental health benefits. The concentrated attention required to maintain balance and proper form gives your mind a break from worries and rumination. Many people describe the bird dog as a moving meditation. Seventh, the bird dog improves your confidence and sense of capability. There is a profound psychological benefit that comes from mastering a challenging exercise. When you can hold a stable bird dog position for 20 or 30 seconds, you prove to yourself that your body is strong and capable. This confidence often spills over into other areas of life. People become more willing to try new activities, go new places, and stay socially engaged. Finally, the bird dog can improve your sleep quality. Regular physical activity helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle and reduces insomnia. People who exercise regularly report falling asleep faster, sleeping more deeply, and waking up feeling more refreshed. Better sleep then gives you more energy for exercise, creating a positive upward cycle. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Even though the bird dog is a relatively simple exercise, there are common mistakes that people make which reduce its effectiveness or increase injury risk. Let me walk you through the most important ones to avoid. Mistake number 1 is allowing your back to sag or arch. In order to protect your back, it is very important to have good form while doing the bird dog. This means engaging your core and not allowing your back to sag. When your back sags down toward the floor, you lose the core stability benefit and put unnecessary stress on your spine. The solution is to actively pull your belly button toward your spine throughout the exercise. Think about creating a straight line from your head to your tailbone. Some people find it helpful to imagine balancing a glass of water on their lower back. If your back sags, the water would spill. Mistake number 2 is lifting your arm or leg too high. More is not always better. Lifting your limbs higher than shoulder and hip height often causes your hips to rotate and your back to arch. The goal is to maintain a stable, neutral spine, not to see how high you can lift. Keep your extended arm at shoulder height and your extended leg at hip height. Controlled, stable movement is what builds strength and coordination. Mistake number 3 is holding your breath. It is important to keep your head in line with your body. Do not lift your chin to look forward or curl it down toward your chest. Many people hold their breath during challenging exercises, but this can spike your blood pressure and reduce the oxygen delivery to your working muscles. Breathe steadily and naturally throughout the bird dog. Inhale through your nose during the hold and exhale as you lower back down. Steady breathing also helps you stay relaxed and focused. Mistake number 4 is rushing through the movements. The bird dog is not about speed. It is about controlled, deliberate movement. Take at least 2 to 3 seconds to extend your arm and leg. Hold the position for your designated time. Then take another 2 to 3 seconds to lower back down. Slow movement creates more time under tension for your muscles and gives your nervous system more opportunity to learn the movement pattern. Mistake number 5 is rotating your hips. Not engaging the core is common. We have a tendency to just sink into the shoulder and rest on the knee, so you really want to keep the abs drawn in. When you lift one leg, your body naturally wants to rotate toward that side. Fight this tendency by keeping your hips level and parallel to the floor throughout the movement. Imagine you have headlights on both hips and they need to stay pointing straight down at the floor. Mistake number 6 is comparing yourself to others. Your body is unique. Your starting point is different from everyone else's. Comparing yourself to someone who has been practicing for months or who has a different physical condition is pointless and discouraging. Your only competition is yourself yesterday. Are you slightly better than last week? That is all that matters. Mistake number 7 is giving up too soon. Many people try the bird dog for a week or two, do not see dramatic results, and quit. Real change takes time. Give yourself at least 6 to 8 weeks of consistent practice before judging whether the exercise is working. Most people start noticing improvements in balance and confidence within 2 weeks, but the bigger benefits like strength gains and pain reduction often take a month or more to become obvious. Mistake number 8 is not progressing the exercise. If you do the exact same version week after week, your body stops adapting. Remember the progression strategy 1 outlined earlier. Gradually increase hold times, add repetitions, try closing your eyes, and eventually add light resistance. Keep challenging your body in new ways. Section 10, Conclusion and your action plan. We have covered everything you need to know about the bird dog exercise, the movement that most seniors ignore but surgeons swear by. Let me summarize the key points and give you a clear action plan to get started today. The bird dog is a simple exercise performed on hands and knees where you lift opposite arm and leg while maintaining a stable spine. Despite its simplicity, it is one of the most effective exercises for healthy aging because it simultaneously addresses core strength, balance, back health, bone density, and cognitive function. Research has shown it can reduce fall risk by over 80%, increase core strength by 93%, reduce back pain by 76%, and even reverse bone density loss. Yet more than 85% of seniors are not getting the resistance training they need, and the bird dog is rarely part of their routine. The consequences of skipping resistance training are severe, including accelerated muscle loss, increased fall risk, loss of independence, and higher risk of chronic diseases. But the good news is that it is never too late to start. Your body maintains its ability to adapt and grow stronger throughout your entire life. To get started with the bird dog, begin with modifications if needed. Use extra padding for your knees, widen your base of support for more stability, or even try a standing version if getting on the floor is difficult. Start by holding for just 5 seconds per side and doing 5 repetitions. Practice 3 to 4 times per week and gradually progress by increasing hold times, adding repetitions, trying eyes closed, and eventually adding light weights. Avoid common mistakes like allowing your back to sag, holding your breath, rushing through movements, or giving up too soon. Remember that slow, controlled movement with proper form is far more important than doing advanced variations. Here is your action plan for this week. Step 1. Find a comfortable spot in your home where you have enough space to get on your hands and knees. Gather any equipment you might need such as a yoga mat, extra towel for padding, or a sturdy chair nearby for support. Step 2. Watch yourself in a mirror the first few times if possible. This helps you check your form and make sure your back is not sagging and your hips are not rotating. Step 3. Practice the bird dog 3 times this week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday works well for many people. Start with just 5 seconds per side and 5 repetitions. Focus entirely on proper form and balance. Step 4. Keep a simple log. Write down the date and note how it felt. This helps you track your consistency and notice improvements over time. Step 5. Be patient with yourself. If the exercise feels wobbly or difficult at first, that is completely normal. Everyone starts as a beginner. What matters is showing up consistently and doing your best. Over the next 8 weeks, follow the progression strategy 1 outlined earlier. Gradually increase your hold times and repetitions as the exercise becomes more comfortable. Challenge yourself but do not push to the point of pain. If something hurts, stop and check your form or consult with a doctor or physical therapist. Now I want to hear from you. What is the one daily activity that has become harder for you as you have gotten older? Maybe it is getting up from the floor. Maybe it is reaching overhead. Maybe it is simply walking without fear of falling. Share your biggest challenge in the comments below. We read every comment and reply with encouragement and advice. Also, be honest with yourself and with us. How many minutes per week are you currently spending on resistance training? Not walking, but actual strength and stability exercises like the bird dog. For most people, the answer is 0 or close to it. There is no judgment here, only opportunity. Today can be the day you change that. Thank you.